Hi, let's solve today's daily challenge, that is first unique character in a string. So in this question we are given a string S and we need to find the first non-repeating character in it and return its index. And if that character doesn't exist, we have to return -1. So what is the meaning of the question? So let's consider the first string, that is LeetCode. So here I need to return the index of the first non-repeating character. What is a non-repeating character? Non-repeating character is a character which only appears once in the string, right? So let's see. Let's try to see what character appears how many times. So L appears only once. E is appearing 1, 2, 3 times. T is appearing only once. C also once, O also once, and D also once. So I can see that L, T, C, O, D, right? These are the characters that are non-repeating. Out of them, what is the first one? First non-repeating character, that is L. So I have to return its index. So 0 is going to be my answer. Similarly, if I take second test case, love LeetCode, here again we will check the frequencies of all the characters. So for L you can see it's present 2 times, here and here. So 2, O is present here and here. So again 2, V is present only once, E is present 4 times this time, T is present once, C is present once, and D is present once. So now out of these I can see V, T, C, and D. These are the characters which are non-repeating, and out of them, what is the first one non-repeating? So that is V. So I will simply return 2 in this case. So that is what the question is. Now let's see how we are going to solve it. So we are going to use hashing. So I am going to take a map in which I am going to store a character and an integer. Now you will ask, why only character and integer? Because we also need the index as well as we need the frequencies. But the catch here is, you might take that as well. You can take a pair, etc. inside of the map, but we don't need to make this that complex. So here the int represents index in this case, right? Now I know that whatever character I want, the index, right? I only want L, which is non-repeating. I want T, which is non-repeating. C, non-repeating. O, non-repeating. D, non-repeating. So I only care about their index. And out of those, whichever is the minimum index, that I have to return. So that is, I'm very clear with. Now, if I come to frequency part, so because I need elements with which appear only once, right? So I don't have to care about the frequency, right? I do not need the number of times that character repeats. I only want to know if that character already exists inside of the map, correct? So I know that if, let's say, I am iterating in the string, right, this way. So now let's create the map. So I put L and L with its index, so its index is 0. Then I will come to E. So E is not present inside of the map. I'll put this with what? Its index. Its index is 1. Now I come to E again. So what I will do this time is, I will say E is already inside of my map. So I'm going to mark this number with some other number, let's say infinity in this case, so that I know whenever I am going to, take the minimum of non-repeating character index, this will be infinity. So definitely this will not give me an answer, right? Because I don't have to do anything with this E. So that is the basic logic. So what are we going to do? We are going to put the characters inside of the map, and how we are going to put the character along with its index only if that character has not been present inside of the map before. So here in this case, L was not present, so we put it here. E was not present, so we put the index of E with it, that is E colon 1. Then E again appears. So I will see if E is already present. So then I will mark it with infinity, that it is of no use to me, right? I don't have to deal with it at all because this is not a non-repeating character, right? And similarly, we'll keep moving forward. For T, we will store its index, which is nothing but 4, right? 0, 1, 2, 3. All right, so it's 3. Then for C, you can see it's 4, and for O, it will be 5. For D, it will be 6, right? So now what I will do after creating this map, I will simply iterate in this map, and I will while iterating, I will check which is the minimum index, that is going to be my answer, right? That is the first non-repeating character of the string. Now what if all the characters repeat? Then what will happen? So if all the characters repeat, so let's say I have a string A, B, B, and C, C, right? So here for A, with this logic, we know that if we are iterating here, I will store the index. But as soon as I come here, I am going to store infinity. So I'll store infinity. Or similarly, when we come here, so we'll store B and its index, right? And as soon as we come here, we see B is already present inside of the map, right? So mark it with infinity. Similarly, so this is the final state of the map, right? So now when I will go and try to iterate inside of this map, so I will be getting the minimum answer as infinity only. So if I get this answer, that means that there is no non-repeating character, correct? So I will simply return -1 in this case. So I hope the approach is clear. Now let's quickly go and code it out. So first things first, I have to declare an unordered map here, which will store char and int. As I said, int is going to denote the index, and if the character has already appeared, it's going to contain maximum value, right? So here we are going to use int max instead of infinity, right? So this is our map, and then I will start iterating inside of the string. I less than s dot size and I plus plus, and now I have to check, right? Whatever character I'm currently at, is it already present or not? If it is already present, then I have to mark it as infinity, and if it is not, then I have to simply put the index. So I will check if mp dot find s of I, right? If it is equal mp dot end, that is this character is not present inside of the map, then I can simply mark it as index. Otherwise the character is present, so in that case I have to make it equal to infinity, right? So that is all that we have to do here. And here now I'm going to take an answer variable in which I'm going to store, initially it will have int max only, right? That is, it's initially infinity, and then we will calculate the minimum out of all the answers, right? Out of all the indexes that we have inside of the map. So now we'll iterate in the map, and what do I have to check? I have to check the minimum with answer and the second value of the map, that is the index that we have stored. So I'll say minimum of ans comma it dot second. So after this, if let's say my ans is not equal to int max, right? See, if it was equal to int max, that is every value is infinity, that means the answer is going to be -1, that is there is no non-repeating character, right? So that condition we also have to check. So here we'll simply return if ans is equal int max. If it is, return -1, otherwise return the value of the ans that we got. So now let's quickly run it. So it's accepted. So basically this is how we have to solve this question, and we are doing it in single iteration, so the time complexity is going to be big O of n, n being the size of the string, and space complexity, as we are using an unordered map, so the space complexity will be for that, and it is going to be big O of n as well.